Hello, this is Downie Wolf from the UPBEATS, and you're listening to Bass Island. Ooh la la.
We are in Rome for the UKF night, and I have the pleasure of interviewing the UPBEATS. Welcome to Rome.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Is that your first time?
This is my first time in Rome and my first time in Italy.
Absolutely.
So I'm quite excited about being here. It's cool.
Wonderful,
And
wonderful. So, you're named Terror Snake and Downie Wolf. Who is the snake and who is the wolf?
The snake is Jeremy, who's not here. He's back in New Zealand, and I'm the wolf.
Right.
The Downie Wolf.
Why these nicknames?
Well, yeah, good question actually. It's when we were a lot younger, and I think we were walking somewhere like through the park, and we thought we need to come up with some really like kind of rock and roll names for like an alias. So we came up with, I don't know where it came from, the terror snake thing. I know the Downie Wolf came, I used to have a lot of hair when I was younger, and it was always really kind of like frizzy. So it was like Downy. Yeah, it's like, it's not like Downy as in like the bad, yeah, the Down syndrome Downy. It's Downy as in, yeah, soft to the touch. Yeah. I guess I am a bit soft to the touch.
Oh, that's nice. Now, let's speak of your new amazing track, Alone, featuring Tasha Baxter. How long have you been working on the EP for? Who did the video?
Well, we've been working with the EP's part of the LP, which is due out at the end of this month, at the end of April. And so that's a single off the LP. We've been working on that for maybe close to a year and a half now, I think. Yeah, all in all. And yeah, the video was done by a good friend of ours, Toby. He goes under the name Deaf Native from Australia, from Melbourne in Australia, and he did the video for Alone, and he also did the video for Diffused.
Yeah.
The tune, and yeah, they both like we loved Diffused. That was the first thing he did for us, so we got him to do Alone, and he came up with something really cool for that, and we're so stoked with the stuff he did. It's cool.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, we're so eager to know more about your upcoming album Primitive Technique, which is out on April 29th on Vision Recordings. So, I don't know, tell us something about the styles, the tempos are going to be on, any special collabs?
Well, we've got collaborations with, of course, Tasha Baxter, and we have Money Rain from MCR Money Rain from the United States. Also Noisia, of course, our good pals Noisia. Who else we've got? New Zealand, a couple of New Zealand producers, Trey from Wellington, from our hometown, and also Dose from Wellington as well. Now he lives there. So yeah, kind of a couple of people that we're collaborating with.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool.
Beyond Reality will be the opening track, right?
Yes. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but yeah, that is the opening track. So.
Well, how did this very prolific collaboration with Noisia come about?
Well, we have been doing stuff with them for a really long time. Like when we first started writing music and they first started writing music, we linked up. And we really enjoyed each other's tracks. They were into our stuff, and we were into their stuff. And so on our first European tour ever, we came over and we met up with them in Holland, and we wrote a tune called Sacrifice, which is like I don't know how many years ago that was, but that started the whole thing, and we've become really good friends. Like, we love hanging out with those guys, and just, yeah, it's been a really good working relationship, so it made sense to release the album with them, and also just to write tunes with them over the years. Like every time we come out, we stay with them in Groningen, up in the north of Holland, and we write music and hang out, and yeah, right. It's really good.
When you work together, you always go to Holland or vice versa, or do you also work over the internet and send tunes over to each other?
Well, it's mainly either in Holland or in New Zealand.
Right.
Because they've come out to New Zealand and worked with us there. We've written a couple of tunes there with them, and we've written tunes in Holland. So yeah, it's a bit of both.
Let's speak of production matters and studio skills. Are you self-taught?
Yeah, entirely self-taught.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people start just kind of, you just absorb things from magazines and the internet, and yeah, it's taken a long time, but I think we're doing all right now. Yeah.
What do you produce with? Is it all digital, or do you also like to use analog gear?
Well, we use certain analog things, but we're mainly in the box, like all digital. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that true that you're the vocalist in many of your tracks?
Well, I've done some singing in some tunes. Yeah. The other ones like Diffused and some like Go Gone and those ones. Yeah.
Nice.
In the past. Yeah, just little bits here and there. Nothing too serious.
What's the music scene like in New Zealand? What's it like to make this kind of music over there?
The music scene in New Zealand is great. It's really supportive of New Zealand artists, and drum and bass has a really good following there. It's awesome, and electronic music in general is quite big. So it's a really great place to be a musician there. Yeah.
And tell us about your own label, Non-Vogue. Is it still active at the moment?
Yeah, well, I mean, with the album and doing stuff with Vision, it's kind of taken a little bit of a back seat at the moment, but Non-Vogue is still going strong, and we're still going to release music on it, I think. And yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of new music that we want to release, and I guess it will be coming out on Non-Vogue and sometime in the near future. So keep an eye out. Yeah.
And I know you've been working a lot with Shapeshifter for the new album Delta. What kind of music is that going to be, and when's that coming out?
You know about the Shapeshifter guys? Yeah. Yeah, we have been working for the past, we were doing their album at the same time as we were doing our album. And it's sounding really cool. It's really different stuff. It's a lot of drum and bass influence stuff. It's a lot of, really all over the place. It's a cool album. You should check it out. And it's coming out, I think, I couldn't actually say for sure, but they're releasing the singles now, and I think maybe the end of May or June, around then. So yeah.
Did you do most of the tunes, or so the mixing and mastering yourselves?
We did. Well, we sort of produced it and engineered it. So they came with the ideas, and we built the ideas up into songs and engineered things, and they were there the whole time, pretty much, overlooking us, and so it was like a collaborative effort to get it done. So
where are you off next? Which country? Which European country, or overseas?
Well, this is my last weekend in Europe after being here for a month. So it's off to Slovakia tomorrow, which will be interesting. Exactly. Eastern Europe thing. It's always good. It's always everyone likes to party out there, so I'm looking forward to it. It should be good.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Cool, no worries. Thank you. Thanks for having me in Rome. It's good.